Everyone, it's Catherine here from Chaos Creates. Thanks for joining me on my channel today. I'm here to share with you a layout for Scrap the Boys for the month of August, and it's this fun challenge, or the things they say, with these cute little speech bubbles. And so I have this cute little photo of Seb and this cut file from Confessions of a Paper Addict. And so this photo of Seb is him in his AFL Brisbane jersey. So his cousin plays for Brisbane and he sent him this jersey. And so it's not so much, this is a little bit of things I say. In the journaling, I will write something about, you know, Seb's only just started saying Brisbane. For a long time, he's been saying Frisbane. And we didn't really correct him overly much because it was just too cute. So we did kind of yeah, leave leave it go probably a little longer than we should have. But yeah, he does say Brisbane now, and he certainly started to write it as well. So he knows how to spell it. But as you can see, I'm just going to go ahead, and I have left a fair bit of this process in because I wanted to show you how I backed this cut file in a few different ways. So first of all, I'm taking the letters. So I've taken the inside pieces of those letters and I've traced around them on the back of this blue paper. Now I'm just cutting out with a slight little edge away from that pencil mark, just so that there's enough to glue onto those letters. So as you can see, there's the letters now there, and I'm going to go ahead and use my art glitter glue to stick those down. I think this is my favorite glue. I do say this in a few videos, but yeah, I like the tip. It's got the metal tip on it that I've added, and I really like it. So I'm just going to go ahead and add those letters down. And as you can see, there's Seb in his little hands, and he's obsessed with collecting his footy cards. So as you can see, that was a Brisbane one. He was just showing me. Now I'm going to go ahead and take that in a piece as well, and then stick down those those other little pieces. So it's good to keep these, especially when you're working with letters, I find it's good to keep those pieces, and then yeah, you can add those central pieces in. And I will go ahead later and sort of cut out the inside of those bees. Now I wanted a yellow, and so I really like this yellow. I think it's got these stars, a star pattern, and there wasn't the same in the A5 paper stack. So I'm just using the 12 by 12, but I am cutting it out from the middle so that I can use this paper in the future as a border or something else. As opposed to cutting it from the edge. I just felt like that was going to work better. And sorry for my big buff head in the way there. But I've just traced that around with a pencil again. And I'm going to go ahead and cut it out with my X-Acto knife. I don't make you watch all of this. But as you can see, I've cut all of that out. And now I am going to stick it down. And I felt like the blue really popped on the yellow. And as you can see, I'm just going to go ahead and cut out the centerpieces of these bees. I don't worry about the A because it's quite small, so don't worry about trimming it out. It's almost, perfectly black in the center there, and that's okay. So I'm just going to trim that out and then stick down the yellow, I think. Oh, I'm just trimming around the edge just to make sure that the edge is okay. I'm going to use my art glitter glue here just to go around that cut file and that central piece. And then I'll lay down that yellow piece to stick down. So yeah, I will leave links below to the Facebook group where you can go ahead and enter this fun challenge for the month. And then I will leave a link to the blog post so you can get lots of inspiration from the rest of the design team. Yeah, I thought this was a fun one. I mean, I did take inspiration from both I guess the image and those sort of speech bubbles, creating with this cut file. But yeah, like I said, I will add some journaling to this. I don't do it on camera. That's about the only thing I don't do on camera. But yeah, it'll talk about the things that sort of Seb says around football. One of them being Frisbane, not Brisbane. But yeah, like I said, he's now corrected that. But it was so cute, especially when he was a lot littler. So now I am going to go ahead and pop up this BAM. And again, I have kept that inner piece just so that I know where to line that up, and it does then, it is then central. I'm using two different size sort of foam adhesive here to stick that down. And yeah, I wanted to give it a little bit more dimension so it stood off the page a little bit more. So I will go ahead and stick that down in the moment. And as you can see, I have just stuck that whole speech bubble down on that A5 paper, stack paper, and I do come back in and cut it out. I'm just going ahead to work out what background I can use, and I really like these crosses. I do create quite a lot with a diagonal kind of flow, so they seem to work in my brain, but I needed to sort of turn it around. So I'm just cutting off the branding strip here. Oh, I think I lost the little piece for my trimmer. And so, yeah, I like how it's going from left to right. And yeah, I'll sort of, do some embellishing around there. The cut file is quite big, but yeah, I still liked how it looked. So I'm going to match my photo with this blue. I loved how the blue kind of, yeah, I guess made that photo stand out. And now, because that cut file is quite dark, it was good to have a darker color behind that photo. Now I wanted to add a little bit more color, and I felt like I was going to use the hearts, but I felt like, it wasn't, it was kind of hiding a lot of the detail there. Whereas this sort of plaid paper, it added all the colors without really, yeah, knowing, needing to know what was behind it. So now, and sorry, I do sort of fuss around a little bit with the embellishments. I do actually cut the camera off shortly just so I can sort through the embellishments a bit. I have used this collection a few times, but I still had so much. I think I was a little bit overwhelmed with what I was going to use on the layout, but I do pull out these tags. These are from one of the 12 by 12 cut apart sheets. So that blue one says best ever, and the pinky colored one with the red writing says so lucky. And I'm just trying to work out where I can use those. It's probably hard to tell in the picture, but Seb has actually, so he's wearing the jersey. He's also created one of the jerseys himself, and that's the back of it. It's sort of sitting up against the TV, so it's hard to make out. But as you can see, I've cut two because I sort of, went through some of the ephemera just to pick out a few pieces and sort of limit my supplies a little bit. So I have added that sticker that says, leave your mark on the world, and then here's the story. And I'm just working out where to put these tags. I liked these floral clusters, so I'm going to add a couple of floral clusters to the edge of the photo, and then that camera. Yeah, and I thought that really looked good there, just to fill in a bit of that blank space. So I'm just adding a few little sort of leaves and fronds around those clusters. And I haven't stuck anything down yet, but I'm liking how this is looking. And then I pull this sticker off, which says picture perfect. And yeah, it's coming along well. I'm enjoying how this is looking. So I love the bright colors in this. And now I'm adding this, yeah, journaling spot. I didn't feel like I would journal straight onto that speech bubble. So yeah, I'm going to add that little piece there, just seeing what else I can make work. There's a lot of these sort of cut apart sentiments that I really liked. I was about to sort of cut them down and maybe make them the same size, but I decided not to. So I'm going to tuck one up the top and then one at the edge. I did think, oh, maybe I need a different background. Maybe this isn't working. And I have actually stuck everything sort of together at that point. So I did do that off camera. Now I'm going to go ahead because I felt like, oh, I swapped that camera out actually. So I added it as a chipboard piece. It's the same image, but yeah, I just wanted a little bit more dimension there. And because of that title, I really felt like it needed something else in that deeper black at the bottom. Felt like I was getting a little bit lost. So I'm going to add these sort of puffy title thickers. And so I'm just adding so happy. And I think that works really well. I feel like it brings in a little bit more of the black and balances the layout out a little bit more. As you can see, I've stuck everything to that picture, but I actually haven't stuck anything down to the page. So I wanted to get that title in place first, and then I will work on sticking things down. Now, there was a bit of an awkward gap over in this left-hand side, and I thought I would add one of those wood buttons, but I decided to change it up. And then I pull out the puffy hearts. Oh my gosh, I got 2 packets. They're gorgeous. I love using them. And just added one to that camera lens. Now I'm going to go ahead and stick that cluster, that whole sort of section down with some ATG, and then this one, the cut file, down with some wet adhesive, and just sort of make sure that that lays over the photo a little bit, and then stick down this tag. I'm going to come back into the sticker sheet and see what else I can make work, because I love these word phrases on the Cocoa Vanilla Studio sticker sheet. So I've added "oh snap" and then "adore this photo." Then I do bring in some, because I can't leave a tag without twine. So I add some twine into that best ever. And I think this is, for those in Australia, this is a black and white twine from Kmart. And then I'm going to add a little bit into this So Lucky. And yeah, I like how that's looking. I think about adding some puffy hearts, but then I know I need to fill in this gap, and I bring in sort of this leaf and tuck that in there. And that just sort of fills in that awkward space. And I like how that looks. Then I'm going to add, oh, there was these 3 hearts, and it was a red, a yellow, and a blue, and so I thought that matched well with the team colors. I know it's burgundy, but they do sometimes wear a red, like a more red jersey. And then I'm bringing in some Nuvo, and I will leave in the description below the actual color. It's just a black. I'm not sure if it's a matte one or not. And then I'm bringing in this Kaiser Craft Mist, and I just sprinkle it around. And that will be it for my layout. So thank you very much for joining. I'll leave you with some close-ups. Bye, everyone.